Imagine you can peacefully and productively resolve any conflict you have with your children. You know what it's like to feel frustrated and exhausted from all those power struggles and fights with your kids. You love those little people so much, but sometimes those fights can get intense. You just want them to eat their veggies or brush their teeth, but for some reason they scream and resist. But no more. This secret parenting superpower is called collaborative problem solving, and it's working with your kids to figure out a solution that satisfies everyone's concerns. Gone are the days that you and your child will fight with each other to get what you want. I'm going to show you the 3-step process that you need to know so that you and your child can both get what you want and end the frustrating cycle of fighting and punishment that doesn't work. Step number 1 is gathering information. In this step, you're going to ask all the questions that you need to gather all the information that you can as to why your kids aren't meeting your expectations. You'll be trying to figure out what the roadblock is, what unpleasant feelings they're having and why, and exactly what the child's perspective is and what their concerns are. A great way to start is by saying something like this. Hey kiddo, I've noticed you've been having trouble brushing your teeth. What's up? This simple, open-ended question gives your child the opportunity they need to voice their concerns and perspective, which is vital information that we'll use later in step 3. Oftentimes, especially if they don't have too much experience with this process or if they're younger, kids won't volunteer too much information, and it's going to take some digging. And that's okay. And for now, we can help guide them by asking questions like, how does brushing your teeth make you feel? What don't you like about brushing your teeth? What bothers you about brushing your teeth? What you'll find is that you'll often be surprised by your children's answers. And that's the point. You're asking them questions, even if you think you already know the answers, because we need to be sure what their concerns are before we can start to solve the problem. And more often than we think, we assume incorrectly. They could say something like, I just want to keep playing. I'm not ready to brush my teeth and go to bed yet. They could say, I don't like this new toothbrush. I like the old one. They could say, I don't like this toothpaste. I like the old toothpaste. As you can see, each of these responses would require a completely different solution. This is why it's so important not to jump to conclusions. Once you've gathered all the information that you can about what your child's perspective is, it's time for step 2. Addressing parental concerns. During this step, you're going to tell your child exactly what your concerns for them are if they continue to not meet your expectations. For example, if your child is struggling to meet the expectation that they should brush their teeth before bed, you could tell them that you're concerned if they continue not brushing their teeth, that they'll get cavities, which will hurt, and you'll have to spend extra time at the dentist, and your teeth will turn yellow, which is embarrassing. When you tell your kids why you're concerned, it helps them understand that you have good reasons for asking them to do the things that you're asking them to do, and you're not just asking them to do arbitrary tasks for no good reasons. No one likes to get bossed around or micromanaged, and kids are no different. Giving them explanations as to why we're asking them to do things will help them understand that what we're asking them to do is reasonable. The 3rd step is the problem-solving step, and this is where the magic happens. This is when you and your child brainstorm solutions that satisfies the concerns that both you and your child raise. The key here to avoiding fights and power struggles is that everyone's concerns need to be met. Also, I recommend that you invite your child to give the first few ideas. This gives them the opportunity to learn how to come up with mutually satisfactory solutions. You could start step 3 by saying something like this. Do you have any ideas about how we can solve this problem that addresses both your concerns and mine? Your child might come up with solutions that won't work or don't address all of your concerns, and that's okay because we're brainstorming and getting the ball rolling. All ideas are welcome and worthy of consideration. Once the two of you find a mutually satisfactory solution that you both can agree on and find reasonable, you're all set, because kids are much more likely to do what you want if they agree to a deal than if you try to motivate them using punishments or threats of punishments. And things will be going great until you hit your first speed bump. Your first solution might not work as well as expected. In fact, you can expect that the first solution often will not work, and that's okay. That just means one of you uncovered a concern that you didn't think to mention last time, and you'll need to work together again to find a solution that also satisfies this concern. And now, a bonus tip, and it's vital. Never try to solve problems in the heat of the moment. The heat of the moment is when tensions and tempers are highest. Both you and your child need to have a cool head in order to solve problems together. When you are shocked that it seems like your child just blatantly disobeyed you, it is not the right time to bring up your concerns. You'll be much better off if you wait several hours or even a day to bring it up. A time that might work for you could be at bedtime or any time that you can just have a one-on-one with your kid. So now you've learned the 3 steps: gathering information, addressing parental concerns, problem solving. Now chances are that you'll be tempted to skip 1 or 2 steps or to switch the order, but it is crucial that you do all the steps in order. And here's the thing, even after learning all these powerful tips that I've just taught you, there's so much more to learn about how to productively discipline your children. So subscribe to the channel to make sure you catch each future video and to make sure you continue to improve as a parent.